Men, now if you don't stop doing these things to your penis today, you may end up with erectile dysfunction or even worse, with your penis shrinking. I know you don't want your penis to shrink or stop working altogether. So listen, I'm Dr. Rachael Ross, a physician and sexologist, and in this video, we'll focus on the latest research in men's sexual health and break down how to preserve the health and the size of your erection for as long as possible. Subscribing to the channel is already a step towards improving your penis health, so don't forget to hit that button below the video. Now, to understand the first point, I want you to picture this. You decide to take a holistic route and try something new. You heard about cock rings. You may have gotten our magic vibrating cock ring or one from somewhere else. They're designed to enhance pleasure, make your erection harder, and help you train and last longer. So you put one on, but you didn't follow the recommendations to use the cock ring for a limited period of time, 30 minutes at the most. So 30 minutes have passed. It's feeling good. You may even be asleep because you passed out from all that activity. So you keep it on 45 minutes, an hour, still no pain yet. But what you don't realize is that under the surface, trouble is already brewing because blood flow to your penis is being choked off. The tissue is swollen, and by the time you finally try to take it off, it's stuck. The swelling has locked it in place, and you can't take it off without medical intervention. Now, this is not just a scary story. In fact, it's real. Thousands of men end up in the ER every year due to penile strangulation injuries, many of them caused by rings or other restrictive devices that were just worn too long. See, cock rings aren't inherently dangerous, but using them the wrong way is. So how do you use a penis ring safely? First of all, stick to soft, flexible rings made of silicone and rubber. These can be removed more easily and reduce the risk of strangulation. Opt for options that have a quick way to get out of them, like snaps or Velcro. And always remove the ring within 30 minutes, no exceptions. If it starts to feel tight, numb, cold, or you see discoloration, take it off immediately. And if it gets stuck, do not wait. Go to the emergency room. Waiting only makes things worse because you'll have more swelling. So next, let's talk about something that most people are too shy to bring up. Some say front door only. We're talking about anal sex. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that anal sex is off limits. It can be enjoyed if done properly and safely. But let me explain in detail what the penis dangers are. So imagine this. You're in the moment. Maybe there's no condom nearby, or maybe you think it's just this one time. Or, she can't get pregnant, so no big deal. So you go for it. No protection. At first, everything seems fine. But here's what you don't see. The tissue inside the rectum and the anus is extremely thin and delicate, much more so than the vagina. And it doesn't produce a very natural form of lubrication, and it's full of these tiny little blood vessels. So without a condom, without proper lubrication, friction creates micro tears that you can't feel. And these tiny little tears open up the door for infections. In fact, unprotected anal sex is about 17 times riskier for HIV transmission than unprotected vaginal sex. And all of the sexually transmitted infections, herpes, all of that are more likely to be transmitted with unprotected anal sex. So how do you stay safer? First, always use condoms. 2, use a lot of water-based lubricant or silicone-based, not oil. Oil will burst your condoms. Then get tested regularly and know your partner's status. By the way, listen, every week is Hard Week here on my channel with the goal of getting over 10 million men hard naturally without popping pills. So head over to eage.me or scan the QR code on your screen right now and take my special erection age quiz. It's absolutely free and it only takes about 90 seconds. Now, you may be 20, but what age is your erection showing up as? Is it a 50-year-old? Is it a 60-year-old? So once you get your erection age, come back here, let me know, drop it in the comments what age you got, and you'll receive personalized, science-backed tips to help you improve that age and even age in reverse, no matter what age you are. So the next thing you should not do with your penis is masturbate every single day, and specifically masturbating compulsively as a reflex with porn. Listen, masturbation has been studied to see how it affects penile health and sexual function. And several recent population studies and reviews actually find really no direct consistent link between masturbation frequency alone and long-term erectile dysfunction or reduced penile health. But before you go and grab the lube, I want you to know that recent studies have shown that daily masturbation with pornography contributes to erectile dysfunction, lower sexual desire, delayed ejaculation, and reduced satisfaction with real life intimacy. Who wants that? See, what happens is over time, the brain can become conditioned to respond only to intense artificial stimulation, making it harder to stay aroused with a partner. This pattern has also been linked to increased anxiety, depression, and overall psychological distress in younger men. So I'm not saying you need to stop masturbating entirely, but doing it every single day, especially if it always involves pornography, will mess with your sexual desire, your arousal patterns, and even your erections over time. So my advice, keep it in moderation. And if you can, cut out the porn. That's the part, because your brain and your body will thank you. I made a whole video on healthy masturbation right here. Oh, and one more thing you should not do with your penis. If you masturbate, please avoid just grabbing your mom's lotion or hand cream or whatever's close by, because many cheap lotions and creams contain endocrine disrupting chemicals. These are basically substances that can mess with your hormones and throw everything off. Examples include parabens like polypropyl paraben or butylparaben, certain phthalates and BPA. And so of course you're like, well, why is that even a problem? Well, your hormones control things like testosterone levels, sperm production, sexual prowess, and even sex drive. So studies that have been done mostly on animals and some lab tests in humans show that higher exposure to these chemicals may be linked to lower sperm quality, changes in hormone levels, and other really important reproductive issues. Now, will using regular old hand lotion once or twice instantly damage your penis? No, probably not, unless you're allergic to it. But if you keep using products with those chemicals that I just mentioned on your penis over months or years, that exposure can add up and cause issues and maybe even cancers. And that's when the risks increase. So please skip your mom's lotion, your wife's lotion, and use lubricants designed for sexual use. Look for labels like paraffin-free, phthalate-free. Make sure you can recognize the ingredients on the labels, and use lubes that are made for the body. Those are the safest choices. Now, next point. I want you to imagine something. You wake up, you get dressed, you put on your favorite underwear, maybe briefs, maybe boxers, and you think, yeah, these are comfortable, I'm good. But a well-known Harvard study followed over 650 men and found something incredible, something shocking. Guys who wore tight briefs had 25% lower sperm count, 17% lower sperm concentration, so they had less of it, and 33% less motile sperm compared to those who wore looser boxers. It impacted fertility in an amazing way. So why? Because tight underwear increases the temperature around your testicles. They heat up, and sperm production works best when it's a little cooler than your body temperature. And listen, it's not just about tightness. Materials matter too. Think about it. Some of these synthetic or toxic fabrics can release chemicals that disrupt your hormones. You bought it on TikTok, you bought it on Instagram. What is it made of? You wear cheap undies and workout clothes made from these synthetic fabrics. Now I want you to think about it. Your skin is your body's largest organ. It's so important, and if it's pressed all day against fabric with harmful dyes and toxic chemicals, those substances will be absorbed into your body, especially when you're sweating and those pores are wide open. There was even research on dogs wearing chemically treated fabrics around their genitals, and it showed disruptions in their hormone levels. Now, if it can affect animals, dogs that much, you can bet it's not amazing for you either. So go for looser, breathable underwear made from natural fabrics like cotton or bamboo. Please skip the overly tight and skip the synthetic stuff. And look at what you're doing right now. You're probably sitting watching this video, multitasking even, but you're sitting. And the most important thing is that you're sitting. Spending too much time sitting every day worsens your erectile health. Studies done, including one published in Andrologia in 2017, found that men who sit for more than 6 to 8 hours daily have a higher risk of erectile dysfunction. So you're gonna ask, well, why? Well, because sitting too long restricts blood flow in your pelvic area. Move it around, you can see, right? It's damaging the small blood vessels and nerves needed for strong erections. So to keep your erection healthy and strong, I want you to next watch this video and do this exercise that destroys your weak erections. And listen, it only takes 5 minutes. Check it out.